And there was a situation where you were called in to do a hit.
Yeah.
What year was that?
My hit started basically from about then, Shaun. So I was doing them during that sentence already.
What was the first time someone called you in to do a hit?
In Albany in 19... In Albany, the one I got nicked for, well, I didn't get convicted. No, that wasn't my first one, Shaun. Nah. That's the big one, though, the hot oil.
Let's do the first one and then the big one.
Oh, the first one was a joke.
How does someone get approached to do a hit?
So, all right, swell side then, during that period, right, Shaun? So, yeah, Yammy, I got a job, you know. I said, what is it? 5 Joeys, 10 Joeys? I goes, what do you want me to do? And it depending on what the person wants you to do, Shaun, like he'll say to me, I only want 2 pokes. What kind? All the way in? Or he goes, no, it's not valued at that, but he's got to get touched a couple. So my first-ish one, Shaun, were pretty much like, all right, I'll do it. You know, think about it all night. I've said I'm going to do it like I did when I threw the oil, Shaun. Bad, Shaun. And then, Shaun, the first few, bit Mickey Mousey, like run up, tap on the head, and then, you know, turn round, a quick, a couple of, a half an inch in the arm or whatever. A couple of times you can get it wrong, Shaun, and you cut them there, but basically a couple in and then get away.
So these were just warning shots.
These were warning, like to say, I've been paid, give me my thing, and whoever's getting a little, you know, but I tried not to do it too serious, Shaun, but then obviously they got worse as the years
Was
went
it people
by.
hadn't paid debts or people trying to run off the competition?
The competition and people not paying debt, Shaun. Yeah, because they don't want to do the job themselves. Yeah, so you got the different categories, like obviously the hot oil one, you know, to be honest, Shaun, you know, you talk about half ounce of gear, you know, an 1/8 of brown for throwing a big bucket of fat over someone, Shaun. Someone that I spoke to as well.
Do you want to do that story then?
That was at that time, Shaun. Yeah, that was after. That was, I think it was before Loudham, Shaun. It would have had to have been in between Albany and Parkhurst and back round to Belmarsh. So then it would have been about 96, 97, 96, 97, Shaun. And that was Albany.
And how were you approached?
I was approached. Albany had just changed from Cat A, like Parkhurst, gone to B, and they were changing it to all Rule 43s, which are sex offenders. But they still had 2 normal wings. So you get shipped out of Parkhurst, you go there, kind of thing, as a stopover. So I went there, Shaun, and doing my stuff. Terrible then I was with the robbing, Shaun. More like a one man. I was more ruthless in the B's, I think, than I was in the A, Shaun, at that time. But anyway, Shaun, yeah, spoke to this geezer. He was all right. Bigger than me again. Bad enough to have got the better of the man that's putting the hit out on him. So he done him in a straightener. And he's lost face, the person that's approaching me. And he's asked me, he said, Yammy, I goes, how much gear you got left? I was desperate, Shaun. There weren't nothing much on the wing. And I said, I put it off for a few days. I kept saying I'm going to do it. And then the day come where I couldn't hide no more, Shaun, because I'd near enough smoked everything. So I said, right, today in the evening, the kitchen was by where everybody plays dominoes. And, you know, the loud noises of the dominoes and all that. I'm not a cooker. So I not really have no reason to be in the kitchen, Shaun. So if I'm in there, heads will turn and think, well, what's Yammy doing in there? You know, with my history, Shaun. So I had to be careful. I got someone else to boil it, and then come out, Shaun, while he was sitting. Everybody knew and nobody told him, Shaun. So you got him round the domino table. Everybody's sitting round it. Everybody knows. So everybody moved out of the way. Imagine that. And I threw it, Shaun, from head to toe. And I don't like gory stuff facially like that in front of me. So I remember always thinking about the noise that came from it, much like in my play, Shaun, the noise, the scream, Shaun, and sinking to your feet and your skin peeling and everything.
Does the skin just slide off?
Yeah, terrible, Shaun. It's like you could see beneath the features.
Oh,
It was horrible, Shaun. Honestly, Shaun.
so when you went back to your cell after that, what was the repercussions?
They come for me. They come for me later, Shaun. About 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. I've got more, in my head, but I'm thinking, oh boy, your things over the years, Yammy, they're mounting up, man. And Shaun, they come for me, you're being moved, and the GOAD, Good Order Discipline Police Investigation. Yeah.
Was that the first time there'd been a police investigation into something that you'd done?
No, Shaun. I had many, like, in all the jails, there was, you get GOAD then, and sometimes the police come in and sometimes they don't. It depends how serious it is. I think the police been called for me are good.
GOAD, did you say?
GOAD, Good Order and Discipline.
Good Order and Discipline.
Yeah, so you're not down there because you want to be. You're down there because they're investigating something. So you got no choice in the matter, and the Board of Visitors or IMB have to constantly come, and every month that goes by, they've got to give you another 28 days and sign you up for that kind of thing, Shaun. But I was down there, Shaun. I was down there for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then they come. I know. I got to magistrates court with it, and then it got dashed out.
What do you mean?
Like, it got dismissed.
He wasn't saying anything.
He wasn't saying anything, and there no officers was there as well. So forgive me, Neville. I'm very, very sad about this.
Did he sustain permanent injuries from that?
I don't know, Shaun. No, I don't know. But obviously, he's not gonna. I'm not gonna be in his happy books, am I?
No.
Especially when I spoke to him as well. But my head was demented, Shaun.
Yeah.
And I promised everybody that I would do it.
Yeah.
I know.
Was that the most demented thing you ever did?
Probably, Shaun. Yeah. For what I inflicted on the person. The rest of the stabbings and that, those, some of them are bad. I'd say the majority are things that in a few weeks you can get over them. You see. So when it's for other people, I used to be more wicked, Shaun.
Yeah.
But for myself, not really, Shaun.
So there was a situation where 2 separate hits were ordered, and it went askew. The story you told me earlier.
Which one?
It was another one throwing the oil.
Oh.
2 different guys want the same thing done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shaun. That's a common feature, but that one, right, Shaun, yeah, the roles have been reversed in it, in the play out, that radio play. But obviously it's true. So I won't say what my main part was in it, Shaun. But that kind of thing with my character, lying there for hours on end thinking, where can I go next? And, the hyperactivity and the loss of control. And obviously you don't mind dying. Once I reached the Cat A's, Shaun, because I was in the Cat A's from when I came out 2000, that was when I started. I did all the robberies that I'd already got off when I got the not guilty. I did them all again. And got 12, 13 years and served nearly all of it. And I was in the Cat A's from 2000 to really unsuccessful robberies, real lunatic ones. Again, how I never managed to get in physical battles was another thing, but frightening people, Shaun. I had a gun twice, a couple of times, and I saw a couple of people break down in front of me and then left because I couldn't take it. Shaun, the ingredients on some of them, Shaun, because I didn't realise. I'm thinking it's just a gun, it ain't got no bullets in. But I'm really bordering on psychopathy, think it's funny and whatnot. But when a couple of times when people broke down in front of me, Shaun, it hit home, a lot of it. But when you're demented in your head and whatnot, Shaun, and yeah, I was only out in 2000 for 4 months, and they come on an armed siege to a house in Red Hill, Surrey. They got a negotiator. A man got nicked, Shaun, done one thing with me, left his DNA there, grassed me up, right? And I was out there in Red Hill, Surrey, thinking that no one can't find me. So they got hold of a phone number, tracked me down, and one morning, Shaun, the whole street was quiet. And I was sitting there, and I was saying to this lady, I distressed that house as well, Shaun. I got guilt over that. I brought drugs into a good family there and ruined it, Shaun. That's another thing that I'll be mentioning in my book, Shaun. And Shaun, imagine, Shaun, I'm saying to her, why is it so quiet? And then the phone rang, Shaun. So I picked up the phone. Hello? Yes, who's this? Is Yammy there? Yammy, ooh. No, I'm Jammy. Don't know what to say. He goes, hello, my name's Martin. I'm a negotiator. I said, what? He goes, if you look out of your window, you are completely surrounded. There is no way out. Now, Yammy, let me know how many people are in the house. So I passed the phone to Maggie. I said, is this geezer having a laugh or what? I goes, have a look. And she peeped through the curtain. And all you could see was red dots in the garden and out in the front. Yeah, I know. It was madness, sure. But I looked. And then she spoke to him. Because you got the son, the daughter, the sister, the mum, and me. So I'm going, everybody, no one ain't going nowhere. Let's wait. Because I'm thinking, you're going to jail, boy. And with the looks of that, you definitely ain't coming out for a while. So I started drinking all the drink in there, Shaun. And getting pissed. I even got the ponytail cut in there. Because I'm thinking, well, you've left your on camera in about 30 places. Yammy. I goes, cut it all off now. She's going, you're a nutter, you are. I said, just cut it all off. I'll get drunk and do so they come out one at a time, and it was left to me and her. And negotiator, now Yammy, come on. You come out. And then Shaun, she goes, I won't go out until after you. I can't trust you. Because I was telling her I want to die, let them shoot me, that kind of stuff, Shaun. And then I walked out, all tipsy and everything. When I got there, they swept me on the floor and gun butted me in the mouth and hit my teeth out. I know, Reigate police station, robberies everywhere, night rider they're calling me, Shaun. And really embarrassing time, Shaun, for everyone. And Shaun, ended up took me to Wimbledon, flying squad, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, communicado, white suit. And they knew about when I got the not guilty, obviously. So now they're making sure that so the police are on me and all that now, but there's no way out for me, Shaun. And 18 months on remand. ID parades every 3 months for those 4 months. I was going out there every night, causing carnage and mayhem everywhere. So I ended up at the Old Bailey, Shaun, for jump over robberies, not no sophisticated, great mastermind things. I mean, an absolute embarrassing set of circumstances. I'm at the Old Bailey in court free. The guy that I got nicked with had worse previous to me, but he got sentenced earlier on and got 8 years for 3 robberies. I was horse trading downstairs saying, well, I'll take all the worst 5, the easy 5, where there's only one with a gun and the rest ain't got no weapons, kind of thing, Shaun. So I'm trying to get myself the minimal sentence. When I went upstairs, the judge went home and he had to have a stand-in. And a lady judge come in on a Zimmer frame called Mrs. Perlman. And she was walking like that. And then she was asking questions to the barrister. We were talking about parity with Kane's sentence because I haven't got robbery previous. All my previous is. And she said, everybody sit down. She goes, everybody puts these things at the lower end of the scale, but I put them at the higher scale. You're frightening people in the middle of the night. Often people behind the counters on their own. And I was listening. I was thinking, oh dear, that's about a 9 then. And she goes, stand up, please, Samson. You should know better. Blah, blah, blah. And give me 12 years, Shaun. For a possession of because they don't know whether the gun was loaded or not, because they never got the gun. It was an imitation one. If no shots are fired, that's all they can charge you with, Shaun. And some robberies and consecutive and everything again at 12. And I served, and in total out of that 12, I served about 11 and a bit.
So when you went in on this occasion, you had a thoroughly enhanced reputation now? SWAT team raid surrounded.
Yeah, and obviously I'd already been with the ones that turned out to be the heavy ones, the great ones. I've already been in the Bs and he's from early days. So in fact, when I reach Whitemore for those 4 years I'm in there before I do the circuit round, Shaun, they're already there, and other people are there, and they've got their life sentences by then, and some are doing 25s and 30s and 35s, and I go there raving nutter, where I've upped the game even more now. Now it's, what day am I going to die?